We got to talk about some box office history. You know, I love talking about
something
history.
that actually was at least a good, decent movie.
A good thing, okay? Don't want to talk really much about the quality of this movie, but do want to talk about the history that is being made at the moment. We've kind of undermined this, but we've got to.
Yeah, we never got a chance to talk about it.
We got to address this. The Greatest Showman is killing it right now in theaters and has been for several weeks now.
Hey, man, and with us playing Fantasy Movie League, it was the movie to go to week after week after week because of how well it was doing at the box office.
It's been really impressive to see this movie succeed. And you know what? Again, like I said, I'm not going to go too long-winded in terms of what I thought of it. I think it's a good movie, not a great movie. I think it's a very satisfying. If you're looking for musical, though, it's very satisfying.
Great musical. I think
great
it was,
soundtrack.
For me, it was a great musical. Just thought it was an all right overall movie.
That's pretty much what I think. But let's break this down for a second. How The Greatest Showman has been doing. It is currently now for the 6th highest grossing live action musical ever. Okay, and probably in a couple days, it'll surpass Les Miserables, the new one, 2012, and La La Land to become the highest grossing original musical, being that it's not based on any pre-existing property.
Yeah.
The only ones that it would come up against, because it's probably not going to pass, it's probably not going to go higher than top 4, but the ones that stand in its way are Beauty and the Beast from last year, Grease, and Chicago.
Yeah.
So those.
Good luck getting past Disney.
You're not going to get past that, but like even it's at 147 million right now. Even getting past Chicago's 170 million is a stretch.
Yeah.
I don't see it doing that.
I don't see it doing that,
But
too.
but it will get past La La Land's 151 million. It will get past that. So that is cool. That's really cool to see that. And this thing just does not stop. Every week it's making good money. Oh. And even Scott Mendelson, the great Scott Mendelson from Forbes, he brings it up really well. He even says this. He says it really ranks up with Titanic and My Big Fat Greek Wedding in terms of like a movie that was released in America that just kept making
going.
money. Like My Big Fat Greek Wedding is interesting too, because that movie, that'll never happen again. That movie, because it came out in 100 theaters, and it was sort of like, to a lesser extent, or to a greater extent, it was similar to Napoleon Dynamite in the way that it was released with very modest expectations, only came out in about 100 theaters, slowly went wide.
Yep.
And then Big Fat Greek Wedding made $250 million domestic.
I only remember this movie. I mean, I did eventually watch it when I got older, but I remember because my mom dragged me to go see this movie because of how much praise it's been getting when it finally got to like our like area basically of theaters.
2002, I think.
Yeah, 2002. She dragged me to go see it, but like I told her, I'm like, well, I remember this because I felt so bad for her. I'm like, you have to take me to go see the Pokemon movie if I have to sit through that.
Brutal.
And so we made an agreement. Like when I was like, I don't know how old, but it was like she saw my Big Fat Greek Wedding. I got to see the Pokemon movie.
You got to see the noise garbage.
Basically,
Unreal.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing, is that this movie, it ranks up with there in terms of just being like an unprecedented leggy, as they say in the industry, movie that just keeps making money week after week. Jumanji has also been a very similar case in that's another one that's just been sticking around.
Who thought Jumanji was gonna be like that? Honestly,
I know. I'm kind of eating crow when I said that it was not going to leave a cultural impact, and I still hesitate to say it. But at the same time, like, I did not expect it to be this big of a hit. I really didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't think
and
people I didn't even think people still really spoke about it. You know what I mean? Jumanji.
Yeah.
But I cannot take away from The Greatest Showman, man. Tip of the cap. I mean, people are really enjoying it. And I'll tell you right now, it's gotten to the point, because it's been out in theaters since Christmas, or since the 20th of December. Really didn't start gaining traction until Christmas, after Christmas. But the other thing with this is that you got to think of it this way, too, with this movie, is that The Greatest Showman, it's at the point now where, yeah, there's people that maybe are seeing it for the first time at like the cheap theaters, but a lot of the money it's coming from now are people seeing it a second, third, fourth, fifth time.
Just to see those choreographed musical sections. Honestly.
It's true.
And they are well done.
They
really are.
I told you before, The Other Side is one of the best songs I've heard in movies in years.
It's a great song, and also just the choreograph of just watching Hugh Jackman, this bartender, trying to convince Zac Efron to join his business by getting him drunk, and just slowly watching the bartender like come in and out of the musical sequence, pouring him a drink. It's so well choreographed.
It's lively.
Yeah. I have friends that like are just blasting the soundtrack every day. It's a good
soundtrack.
The one with Zac Efron and Zendaya is the one they're loving. I mean, they're girls too, so Forbidden Love is like their thing.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too is like the song "This Is Me." You know it's funny. We'll end here. We'll talk about Woody Woodpecker, but I will say like the song "This Is Me." Okay, the one that got nominated for the Oscar. It's a good song. It's another one of those songs that I think that like it's one of those musical songs where it's like, if you watch it in the context of the movie, it's very good.
Out of context.
Same with Let It Go.
Yeah.
You watch it in Frozen, it's a great scene. You hear it in Target, I don't love it as much.
Yeah.
Not to mention, too, you know it's a better song, and I know it's not from a musical, it's just a pop song. This Is Me is a good song, but you know what song has like the similar lyrics, better chorus, and a better overall production to it is, and I think is effective, is Born This Way by Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I've always liked that song, and that's kind of the same message as This Is Me.
Yeah.
So like
that's exactly what I was thinking too when I was listening to this.
It's like, not a bad song, but it's like at the same time, again, out of context of the movie, I just think it's another triumphant pop song.
Yeah. One last thing too about the arc, it brings up like the reason why it's been like sticking around so long is you look at what's out. Is there really anything to go crazy over other than what's been out?
I hate to give it that technicality, but you're right.
Paddington 2, and that's it.
No, it's true, and nobody's looking at Paddington 2
and nobody's looking at it.
Unfortunately,
I'm there for you.
But no, it's true. The Greatest Showman, though, it's really it's benefiting, I think, from a kind of a barren movie landscape, or at least a landscape where not a lot of people want to see it.
Both that and Jumanji.
But I just say with that other side, I say the other side's a better song too, and I think if any song should have got nominated for the Oscar from that movie, it should have been the other side. But you know what? You know why I like the other side, and I think, and I can listen. I downloaded it. I can listen to the other side just by itself when I'm like walking to class. You know why I can do that? Because even without the film, just listening to the song, I get the sense of the power dynamic between Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron in that song. I get the banter, I get the exchange, and then that chorus just knocks it out of the park.
A plot line.
It does.
Like you can catch what's going on. That's the great thing about that song.
This Is Me's fine. I just don't think it's as good as the other side, especially in that song. I don't think it's the best song in that musical. Even the opening number, though, even the Greatest Show, the opening number, I think is better. But that can tip of the cap, The Greatest Showman, on its way to becoming one of the top 5 highest grossing live action musicals in American history. So that's awesome. Very, very exciting.